Hey everyone, welcome back to Mr. A's Geometry course. Today we're covering section 9.2 of geometry, which gives us special tips and tricks for special right triangles. Let's get into it. There are only two special right triangles that we're going to be learning about here in 9.2. The first one's the easier of the two, which is the 45-45-90 triangle. Right, just for clarity, that would be a right triangle that has two acute angles that are 45 degrees each, making it an isosceles triangle. So one thing that's important to know about the 45-45-90, because it's an isosceles triangle with two congruent angles, it will also have two congruent sides, and that would happen to be the legs of that right triangle. So these two values here are going to be exactly the same. So the only fact there is to remember from here is how the hypotenuse relates to those legs, and it's very simple. In the 45-45-90, the hypotenuse is the square root of 2 times as long as each leg on that right triangle. All right, here's a little visual to help you out with that. Again, we see the 45-45-90 right triangle. Notice the legs are both congruent to each other. Those are x's, kind of fancy looking x's there. And the hypotenuse is just that x times the square root of 2. Right, so that's the relation here between leg and hypotenuse on a 45-45-90. If you have the value of the leg, you just need to multiply it by the square root of 2 in order to find the length of the hypotenuse. And if you have the hypotenuse, right, just use the letter C for that, you need to divide it by the square root of 2 to get a leg. All right, let's see how that works in practice. All right, the first thing to recognize here is that this is an isosceles right triangle. The only way this can be isosceles is if these two angles are congruent and our two legs are congruent, which are obviously marked for us. And that means it has to be a 45-45-90 triangle. For this to be 90 degrees, and those two having to add with the 90 to equal 180 means that they together need to be 90, because the 90 total plus the 90 here will give me the 180 in the whole triangle. And if they're congruent, that means each angle is just half of 90, so they're 45 degrees each. So this is a 45-45-90 triangle. Any isosceles right triangle is a 45-45-90 right triangle. Again, the key here is knowing the legs have to be congruent. So Q here is just 14. That's just visual recognition and understanding, memorizing the properties of the isosceles. Remember, the fact that we just learned applies for the P, the hypotenuse. That value is going to equal what the leg is, 14, times the square root of 2. So this would be the exact length of P, 14 times the square root of 2. If this was a standardized test, if you had like multiple choice that had rounded decimals, then we could go ahead and do 14 times the square root of 2. If we were rounding that to the nearest tenth, we would get about 19.8. Typically though, in these kind of problems for special right triangles, we're looking for exact lengths. And then the idea here is that you don't have to do like calculations in the calculator, that we have these simple rules to know what our lengths have to be. Just multiplying times the square root of 2 for P in this example, right? Let's see if you are able to figure out this one now. Here we're given the hypotenuse of the triangle. And notice there's no right angle here, but if I have 45 and 45 already, that's 90 degrees total. That means B here's gotta be a right angle. All right, so we have a 45-45-90 triangle. The hypotenuse is given to me in this case as being 12 centimeters long. So now we have to do kind of the converse relationship here. If we took the leg and multiplied it by the square root of 2 to get the hypotenuse, then to get from the hypotenuse to the leg, we would do the opposite of that. We would divide by the square root of 2. So that unknown side length of BC is simply equal to 12 divided by the square root of 2. One thing I do want to add here before we move on to this, that 12 over the square root of 2 can be written in a different way to give us the exact same value. And it's possible that any standardized test that multiple choice options wouldn't give you 12 over the square root of 2. Instead, what they might give you is 6 times the square root of 2. These are the same value. The idea is dividing this by 2 and multiplying by the square root of 2 is the same thing as dividing by the square root of 2. So these values are the same. If you calculate 12 divided by the square root of 2, you get about 8.485, yada yada. If you did 6 times the square root of 2, you get the same exact value. So these are two ways that you can look for that answer. Great news is on most tests you have access to a calculator, so you can calculate those values to find matching answers if you have multiple choice. The 30, 60, 90 triangle is a little bit more complex than the 45, 45, 90 because all three side lengths have to be different from each other. None of them are going to be congruent. Here are the rules. The hypotenuse of a 30, 60, 90 is twice as long, 2 times longer than the shortest leg on that right triangle. And the long leg is the square root of 3 times as long as the shorter leg. Okay, so it's very important here that these values, this twice and square root of 3, are all compared to the short leg. So the short leg is like the main one to look at that gives you the relationships for the other legs, right? So let's make sure you can identify the short leg. So here's a 30, 60, 90 triangle, 30 degrees, 60 degrees, 90 degrees. How do we know which one's the short leg? Not which one looks the smallest. It would be the one across from the 30-degree angle. Okay, we learned this back in triangle inequalities. Small angles have small sides across from them. So 30 degrees is the smallest angle. That makes this the short leg over here. So this is the short leg. This would be the long leg. This would be the hypotenuse. And we can see our relationships that we just discussed. The hypotenuse is 2 times larger than the short leg. The short leg is x, the hypotenuse is x times 2 times larger. Okay? The long leg is the square root of 3 times larger than the short leg. So again, the short leg is x, the long leg is x times the square root of 3. This is our relationship for all 30, 60, 90s. We're applying this new rule here for this 30, 60, 90 triangle. How do I know this is 30, 60, 90? Well, because I have a 90 and a 60. For triangle sum theorem, that third angle here would have to be 30 degrees. This is a nice little habit we can do to apply here, is just identifying what's my short side. So that's, again, the side across from the 30. So I'm just going to put S here for short. That means where the V is will be my long side, so a little L there for long. And obviously the W is my hypotenuse. And remember, everything is in relation to that short side. Okay? The hypotenuse, I think, is the easier one to think of right away. It's just twice the measure of the short side. So what does that mean? That means taking this and multiplying it by 2. So my W there equals 5 times the square root of 3 times 2. And to do this calculation, we're simply going to do that whole number times 2, and the square root is just along for the ride. So 5 square root of 3's times 2 gives me 10 square root of 3's. So that hypotenuse here would be 10 times the square root of 3. That's its exact value. Okay, I think the relationship between the long leg and the short leg is a little bit more complex to think about because, again, the number that's involved here is the square root of 3. The long leg is the square root of 3 times longer than the short leg. So V, my long leg here, would equal the short leg, 5 times the square root of 3, times the square root of 3. Again, make sure we have clarity here. The longer leg is the square root of 3 times longer than the short leg. So I need that short leg, that value, times the square root of 3. That's the calculation I'm doing here. All right, a simple understanding here that I'd like for you guys to have is if you do the square root of 3 times the square root of 3, that value is just 3. So what's actually happening here is we're just doing 5 times 3. And that would give us a V of 15 units for that long leg in this example. You could absolutely just plug that into your calculator as well, and it would spit out the same answer there for you. But again, a key here in what we're doing is for these special triangles is trying to find these values without using the calculator. We have another 30, 60, 90 here, a different starting point this time. Now we have the hypotenuse. My 24 right here. And we have a 60 degrees here, that means this acute angle's got to be 30 degrees, so that will make the K my short leg, that makes the J my long leg, then now I work on my relationships from here. This one actually might be a little simpler than the one before if we just remember the relationship between the hypotenuse to short leg. Remember, everything's compared to the short leg. All right, we learned here the hypotenuse is twice as long as the shorter leg. Okay, so that means 24 is twice the value of K. Okay, so if you wanted to put that in an exact equation, we could say 2 times k equals 24. Should be the same thing as k equals 24 divided by 2, right? That's how we would get k by itself, dividing both sides by 2. So k is 12. The hypotenuse is twice the length of the short leg. 24 is twice the length of 12. Okay, from there, now that we know the short leg, remember the long leg is just the short leg times the square root of 3. So pretty easy there for j. It's just that 12 from my short leg times the square root of 3. So again, that is double the short leg on a 30, 60, 90. Long leg is the short leg times the square root of 3. Short leg times the square root of 3. So we got 12 for k, 12 times square root of 3 for j. One last 30, 60, 90 here. I have 90, 60. That third angle's got to be 30 for my triangle sum theorem. That means the A is my short leg, the 27 is my long leg, B is obviously my hypotenuse across from the right angle. We have the long leg given to us in this one. And again, our goal is everything compared to the short leg. The long leg is the square root of 3 times larger than A is. Right, so we could write that in an equation. We could say 27 is equal to A times the square root of 3. Right, this times the square root of 3 gives me the long leg. So short leg times the square root of 3 gives me the long leg. And from there, I can get A by doing algebra. Just like if A was being multiplied by 5, I would just divide by what it's being multiplied by, the square root of 3. This would cancel here, and A would equal 27 over the square root of 3. That's how long my short leg would be for this triangle. All right. Then we're going to do our relationship from short leg to hypotenuse. And remember the idea here, the hypotenuse is twice the length of the short leg. So that means B has to equal 27 over the square root of 3, that's what the short leg is, times 2. Then as we do this, we're just multiplying 2 by the numerator. Because the 2 is like a fraction. If we were writing times 2 as a fraction, it would be this, right? Which would result in 27 times 2 giving me 54 up top. And then the square root of 3 times 1 gives me the square root of 3 on the bottom. And that again would be my exact value of B. Guys, this wraps up our lesson on special right triangles. This really is just memorization. In the 45, 45, 90 triangle, your hypotenuse is just the square root of 2 times longer than the leg. So whatever the leg is, multiply it by the square root of 2, and you get the hypotenuses. If you have the hypotenuse, divide it by the square root of 2, and you get the leg. The 30, 60, 90 is a little bit more complex. Remember, a long leg will be the short leg times the square root of 3. The hypotenuse will be the short leg times 2. Again, if we want to go in reverse, if we have the hypotenuse, we get the short leg by dividing by 2, right? If we have the long leg, we get the short leg by dividing by the square root of 3. Just memorization, find some practice problems, do them until you can't mess it up, and you'll be great with this, and it will help you with certain right triangles and certain problems. That's it for today's lesson, guys. I'll see you in the next one.